The story of a Nigerian American woman navigating through this thing called life.
So first of all, this is our Lanham location. Mm-hmm. The Lanham location has been here for 4.5 months, so it's still brand new. Mm-hmm. And today we're actually doing a photo shoot to get inside of Simply Bowie magazine. So we've been featured in different publications like Bowie Health magazine.
Nice.
Also right here, and then also we're in Simple Bowie magazine as well.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice, lovely facility. The snacks, the water, the Fiji water.
Yes.
Come on. Yes. We have some oils, some massagers.
Yep, and these are nice. Proprietary stretch Loft stuff. We have tumblers to keep your drinks hot and cold for at least 2 days.
Okay.
All right. And then we have our massage gun, small but powerful. All right, gets rid of all the knots and tension.
Okay. I see some oil over here.
Okay.
Body spray.
Well, actually, we also have our own Stretch Loft body spray, room spray. Okay, this is our clearing spray. This is a place of peace, so we clear everything. And then we also have our Nature Way infusion teas, straight out of Cameroon. We have Moringa, Artemisia. All right, so these teas help to get your system right.
Okay, right. So it's giving holistic.
It's very holistic.
Okay.
Very holistic. Let's come over here. Let's acknowledge some of the awards that we've won. The Black Business Success Award. And then I also got a Global Impact Award as well as a Business Mogul Award.
Nice.
All right, to recognize our efforts.
Listen.
All right, so we're not going to be able to see all the rooms, but we are going to be able to at least see some of the rooms. Yeah. Okay, clients are working on some of them. We have a photo shoot going on too, so that's why the place is
right. It's very lively.
Let's I always like to showcase clean bathrooms because I'm a huge proponent of cleanliness. I believe that my clients should have cleanliness.
It's very clean for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. See some of our practitioners. We got grown folks working here. These are folks with life experience, with work experience. They've been well trained. These are people who are ordained to do this work.
Right. Wow. That's good.
Got Christian here.
Hey, Christian. I met Christian early. How are you? I'm recording for a podcast episode.
All right. And then we got Leo in here.
Very nice room.
Tables.
Love it.
We got another room in here. We have Wayne and Tasha in here.
Hey Wayne, hey Tasha.
How you doing?
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm just recording for a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then over here, this is we call it our relax cave.
Wow.
Got the robot massage chair in there.
It's very serene in here.
Relax. And that's Marlon right there. Marlon's our area manager.
Hey, Marlon, how are you?
What's poppin'?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
All right.
Another room back here. Our photographers come using that room.
All right. Very spacious.
Yes.
Plenty of space.
There's more.
Okay.
So I started the Stretch Loft Academy 3 years ago. In the last 3 years, we've certified over 500 practitioners.
500?
500 practitioners.
Wow.
Okay. And the academy is actually held back here, but we also do classes and all that.
Right. Okay. Classes. Right. This is the Stretch Loft Academy.
Academy, yes. All right. So the unique thing about this is that all the practitioners here are trained in-house. So none of these practitioners came from somewhere else where they already got training. Okay?
Right.
These are massage therapists, personal trainers, occupational therapists, chiropractors, physical therapists that all came and got trained in here to do our holistic style of stretching.
Nice. We're going to get into that a bit more, the difference between chiropractic medicine, physical therapy, and stretch therapy. So when you and I sit down, we'll get into detail about that.
Yep.
Nice.
And this is our academy.
Oh, wow. This is the academy
room. We do
room.
workshops in here, healing workshops. But this is where we do our training.
Nice. This is lovely. Very lovely. All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you to another episode of the Unmet Expectation podcast. I'm your host, Day. And to the right of me, I have the man of the hour, Mr. Ben the Baptist.
Yes,
We are
yes.
live from the Stretch Loft in Atlanta, Maryland, several locations. We're going to get into it, right? So I'm sitting here with Ben the Baptist. Mr. Ben Atanga. Atanga is in the building, a native of Cameroon. He is the owner and CEO of the Stretch Loft and the Stretch Loft Academy, with several locations in the DMV area, Atlanta, Riverdale, and more to come by the grace of God.
The Stretch Loft franchise, by the way.
Stretch Loft franchise.
Yes. So this is so if y'all want a Stretch Loft, you can actually purchase a franchise. We'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to get this thing rocking.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Franchise. We stretch the issues out of your tissues. I love that saying. That's such an awesome saying. So basically, yeah, we're here live with Ben. He's a philanthropist, an author. I mean, when I tell you he's well-rounded, oh my gosh, and I'm a little relaxed, super loose, because he literally just gave me the most amazing session, most amazing stretch demo, and that will all be, y'all will see it. It was good, and I am tensed and tight. Okay, I need some work, so I will be signing up for some sessions for sure. So yeah, this is the Stretch Loft. They cater; it's an alternative and holistic health service provider. So before we get into like your story and who you are and your why and all that good stuff, I just want to know what your mood is, because I feel like our emotional health is important, our mental health is important. So tell me how you're feeling today. It's a bit dreary outside, but thank God we didn't get snow. So how we feeling?
I feel good. I feel like I'm walking on my purpose. You know what I mean? Like, we just had our photo shoot for the team today, so the whole team was here, and I feel good. I feel relaxed. You know, I feel calm.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Like, you know, I reached out to you for this podcast. Once I learned more about what you do. Yeah. And I'm so excited. Yeah. And so I'm ready to go.
Likewise, I'm so elated that you even found me. I'm really looking forward to this interview. I feel like you have a wealth of knowledge, and I feel like God has a lot of good things in store for you.
Thank you.
So I'm really interested to hear about your story. So you are in a position of gratitude, and likewise, I'm always thankful to the Lord, just for the breath in my lungs, the ears to hear, the eyes to see. I think we take things for granted. Yeah. So I'm just in a space of gratitude as well. We thank God. So let's get a little bit more into your story, your why. How do we get here? Like the Stretch Loft, right? Tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you were born in Cameroon, and take it from there.
So I was born in Cameroon to a polygamous family. So my mother was my father's second wife. Okay. My father was an entrepreneur. He was one of probably first millionaires in Cameroon. Wow. And so I grew up in a household up until about 6. I came to America when I was 6. But my mom and dad were entrepreneurs, so I grew up inside of watching my mom run her restaurant and bar, watching my dad do presentations and do award ceremonies at the house. And so, and I'm the last kid. So there's 13 kids. Yeah. There's 13 kids between my mom, dad, and my dad's other wife. And I'm the very last one. That's why my name is Benjamin. Benjamin was the Joseph's last son. Jacob's last son in the Bible.
Yes.
And so I came here at 6 years old. My mom brought me here. I didn't speak a lick of English. And she brought me here back in 1991 in February. So we're coming up on my 34th, 35th anniversary here in the U.S. I'm 40 now. She brought me here, and 6 months later, she left. And she left me here with my aunt and uncle.
Okay.
And so I grew up as a child in the house with my aunt and uncle, right here in the DMV, and they had their own kids. You know, I grew up, I was an athlete. I played football, I ran track.
Wow.
I won several state championships.
Bowie native.
Bowie native.
Bowie in the building.
Yeah, and from Bowie High School, I went to Bowie State. Okay. And I didn't major in this stuff. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't, you know, it's like most kids, I didn't have a sense. All I did know was that I was going to school to play football. And so I picked the early childhood psychology. Like it's called pedology, but it's similar to early childhood. And I was always interested in finding out how does the brain work? Psychology, like what makes people do what they do.
Right.
And so when I got out of school, I wasn't interested in going and pursuing more education. Like I wanted to get right into the work.
So you graduated from Bowie State?
I graduated from Bowie State.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I played football there. I graduated from there. And when I got out, most kids went on to do master's degrees in counseling and went to get their PhDs in social work. Because I was an athlete, I went towards fitness. It came easy for me. So I became a personal trainer. And a few years into personal training, I injured myself. I dropped the weight on my foot, and it caused enough pain. I didn't break anything, but it caused enough pain for me to start compensating, shifting my weight. So what happened over time as I started to compensate, as I took the pressure off of this foot, was my lower back and hips started to lock up, right? Okay. Things like driving, sleeping, working out, laying down became very uncomfortable. Wow. I was like around a level 7 out of 10, constant pain. Wow. Like I went to the chiropractor, the physical therapist, the massage therapist, orthopedic. Each of them diagnosed me with something, but none of them got me out of pain. Wow. So I'm in a gym one day, and there's a trainer in there who saw the way I was moving, saw that I was walking. He could tell there's something wrong. He offered to stretch me right there on the gym floor on the massage table. I got on the table, and 15 minutes later, as he's stretching me, I could feel my body opening up. Wow. Right? Mind you, I played football, I ran track. I've stretched, but I've never been stretched. And so when I got off that table...
Can you explain the difference between stretched and being stretched?
So when you stretch yourself, you're reaching for your muscles, it's very calming, but you're so active. So you don't actually let go when you stretch. Wow. When you get stretched, when someone's actually stretching you, they're communicating with your muscles, your joints, and your nervous system. So they know if you're getting tight, you're tensing up, and you're super relaxed. Yeah. So the stretch can actually happen.
So it brings in a different perspective, like as opposed to you doing it alone.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So the guy stretched me. When I got off the table, I felt brand new. I looked at him. I was like, wow, I'm back. Right? And what I meant by that was I had been living in pain for about 1.5 years. Wow. Right? I had stopped working out. I'd gained 35 pounds. I got depressed. And what's interesting is that now that I'm on this side of it, doing it, and I have a company that does it, when I first started in this thing back in 2014, I was just stretching people. Like I just wanted people to feel better, improve their flexibility. As I got into this thing and I started stretching more people, it became a spiritual practice. I started realizing that I wasn't just helping people increase your flexibility and mobility. I was helping people to release stored tension, energy, trauma, experiences from their body. People starting to liken this to therapy. Does that make sense?
Stretch
therapy. Because people were coming in and they were healing not just from the surface level pain they were feeling, but they were healing from the deep-rooted experiences that they had, whether it was loss, grief, breakup, divorce, car accidents, sleeplessness, anxiety, depression. Yes. So I've discovered this to become a form of overall well-being and healing.
An outlet.
Yes.
Yeah, an outlet.
Yes.
I like it. That's awesome. Such an amazing story about, just the why behind the Stretch Loft.
I hope I went too long.
No, that was phenomenal. I love it. A big question of mine as I was thinking of like, what am I going to say? What am I going to ask? And I've heard of like, there's chiropractors, there's physical therapy, and then you have stretch therapy. Can you like break down the difference between the three?
Yeah. So chiropractic, physical therapy, and stretch therapy. Why don't we go chiropractic, physical therapy, and maybe massage?
Massage therapy as well.
So I'll start off with stretching, what stretching does, right? The first thing is that our entire bodies are all interconnected. Everything in your body is connected. The second thing is that the site of the pain or tension is not usually the source. So you can have like shoulder issues up here that's caused by some sort of foot issue down here. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the first thing that stretch therapy does is that we address the entire body.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We don't just address the site of pain, like how physical therapy does it, right? We don't just address the spine,
right,
like how chiropractic does it. We address the entire body. Our belief is that if the body is fully functional, aligned, stretched, everything's going to fall in place, and you'll be more centered. A more centered body means more centered mind, more centered heart, more centered movement. So when you see, you have people be like, I'm off, I feel off. They feel off-centered. Okay. So let's say that you have a lower back issue. Most Americans struggle with lower back pain. If you go to a chiropractor, your chiropractor is going to adjust your lower back, right? Your mid back, your lower back, and your cervical spine, right? Cool. You may get some temporary relief, but that's not going to fix the issue.
Right.
If you go to physical therapy, they're going to tell you, oh, maybe your core is weak. Right? You need to strengthen your core. Yes, you do need to strengthen your core. It's going to provide you with some relief.
Okay.
When you go to massage with lower back pain, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you got knots in your back. So they're going to go through and they're going to try to release those knots.
Right.
But muscle knots are muscle tissue that's like basically binded like this.
Okay.
So you could release them, but until you reinstate that stretch tension relationship with the muscle and the joints, the muscle is not going to go back to its original function.
Okay.
So what most people experience, like what I was experiencing, was I would go to PT, go to chiropractic, go to massage. By the time I got home, I was still in pain.
Wow.
Stretching addresses the entire system.
Got it.
Like if you came to me with lower back pain, I know that, okay, most likely your glutes and hamstrings are tight.
Okay.
Most likely your hip flexors are involved, so those are tight, right? And most likely you have to stretch out your calves, stretch out your neck area, open up the chest area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So when you start stretching all those things out,
it
opens you up.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think this is a perfect segue into just talking a bit more about the Stretch Loft Academy and just how you navigate that space as the owner. Do you need like a certificate? Is it like, what do you need to become a stretch therapist?
Gotcha. So this is actually my favorite part of this conversation, because when I got stretched and I felt the relief, and I felt the relief over time. It wasn't just like I felt good right away, but over time, I went back to the guy who stretched me and I asked him, I said, how'd you learn how to do this? Like, because as personal trainers, we didn't know if we could put hands on people. He's like, oh, I got mentored by someone taught me. I was like, really? I was like, so I don't need a license? I don't need a... He's like, no. So what I learned was that stretch therapy is unregulated. You don't need, unlike massage, chiropractic, physical therapy, you don't need a license to do this.
Wow.
This is a skill set that you can learn about and you can get trained, right? And you can actually go somewhere and get trained and learn how to do it. So in the last 10 years, I've certified over 500 practitioners.
Wow.
Right? Using the skill sets that I know, right? Like I went off, after I got stretched, I now went off and I went to go learn, how do you do this? I was on YouTube getting online courses. I went to in-person courses. I probably got certified by 3 different companies. And what I did was I took what I learned, because I was a trainer, I took what I learned, I started applying it to my clients.
Wow.
And they were getting instant relief.
It's like you created a lane of your own.
It's like I created a lane of my own. Actually, as a matter of fact, after I got certified and started stretching, within 3 months, I stopped training and started stretching, right? I just got so much more out of it. There's an instant gratification that comes from stretching. Just like you got stretched for 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, that was amazing.
And you're like, oh my gosh.
You were like, relax.
Yeah.
And I think that's, a lot of people have that issue. Like the tension is real. I have so much tension in my shoulders.
We don't know
it's
that
like
it's
you don't
even
even
there.
know. Yeah.
Right.
But as you're stretching, you were like, relax.
It's
calm.
Yes.
Breathing. The technique of breathing is also very important when stretching.
Yes.
So it was just really an eye-opening experience to kind of go through that demo with you, because it even taught me a lot about myself, just the importance of breathing and just letting it go, relaxing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine millions of people are walking around with that, and you seem like you're pretty cool, calm. I know when I saw you, you were on vacation, so it seemed like you manage yourself well, but you're unaware of what you're holding on to and what that represents.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that, like the trauma and like how stretching can alleviate that, and how, because that's deep, because how do we go from stretching? What's the correlation here?
So our body holds on to our traumas, our experiences, So every time you ball up your fist because you feel tense, every time you grind your teeth because something's going on, or you have a headache, like our body stores those patterns. So let's say that every time that you're in traffic, you tense up. Now when you're in a car, you're going to tense up, right? And that becomes a stored memory inside the body.
Yes.
So if you ever lost someone or you went through a breakup, whatever you were feeling becomes a stored memory. So you're holding, and those things tend to restrict you. They may restrict you verbally, like you may not express yourself fully the way you want to. Right. They may restrict you physically. You may not be able to physically express yourself the way you want to.
Why do you think that I'm always like, there's always so much tension here? Where does that come from? Like, I feel like every time I get massaged, you're having to like, there's so many knots. So is that like trauma, or is it just a habit of just kind of tensing up? And do I just have to make a cognizant effort to just relax?
All of it. It could be trauma. Right? If you work in front of a computer for long periods of hours,
I do.
Right? You're squinting, like you're squinting, your head is forward, your shoulders are here.
Yes.
Right? Like if you talk on the phone all day long, like you might be here, like answering calls.
Yeah.
And then this may just be where your body wants to store stuff. And for a lot of us, our bodies want to store stuff all up through here, our lower back, all that.
So you just have to make the cognizant effort to just whenever you feel it. I think there's just also being super hyper aware, like, okay, like relax.
Yeah, like you want to become, and stretching does help you become more self-aware.
Yes.
But also you do want to be cognizant. Pull the shoulders back, drop them. You know what I mean? When you're sitting in front of a desk, or have aids like wearing a posture corrector.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Using lacrosse balls, getting a membership at the stretch loft, coming in and getting stretched on a weekly or every other week basis. You know what I mean?
Can we talk a little bit about like the stretch loft sessions and how that looks here? Like, is it like monthly? Is it twice a month, once a month? However.
So we offer 30-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute sessions. Really, 60-minute is enough, right? 30 minutes if you just want something. You can do a full body session in 30 minutes, but people like the therapeutic feel and to be, you know what I mean, in that space. Every session starts off with an assessment because we need to assess what's going on in your body. Right? Have your hips shifted? Did you sleep wrong? Like, did you mess your foot up while exercising? Right? So it starts off with an assessment. After the assessment, we go into the table and then we start off with muscle compressions. Right? So muscle compressions is basically just us going through and breaking down that tough tissue that you talked about, right?
Right.
If you don't break that tissue down, you're not going to be able to get the stretch you need.
Got it.
So we break the tissue down and then we go into the stretching. We mix the stretching with guided breathing to help you to release.
Right. And then we stretch the issues out of your tissues.
We stretch the issues out of your tissues.
That's good.
And just to kind of compare, because we do have other companies out there that do this. What makes the stretch loft unique? The way we stretch, number one, we stretch around the entire axis of the joint. Okay. Right? So we're not just like stretching in one direction. We're stretching around the entire axis. We're combining it with breathing. We're coaching you through your session.
I'll probably insert a clip from the demo, the session, because we did a lot of breathing and rotation.
Remember, I was telling you, if there's a stretch that you like, let me know so I can do some more. Because there might be a stretch you like. You'd be like, yo, I need that like 10 times. Okay. If there's a stretch you don't like, maybe it feels uncomfortable, let me know so I can adjust my pressure.
Right. Do you get a lot of athletes? Because I feel like I'm not a gym rat, but I try to go to the gym at least 4 to 5 days a week, and I don't stretch enough before. I don't do that, and I know that can cause injury.
Not just injury, but it can also impact the way your body's shaped. Right?
Okay.
Like if you're real tight in your chest area and you keep doing push-ups or chest press or anything like that, you're going to end up tightening your chest, and that's going to round your shoulders like this. Right? If you constantly do legs, but you don't have the hip mobility or ankle mobility to push your butt back so you can actually build your butt and your hamstrings, you're going to end up overdeveloping your quad muscles.
Wow. Yeah. I meant like, not athletes, but people who go to the gym a lot. I feel like this would be an amazing facility for people to check out.
It'd be an amazing thing. I tell to us, everybody's an athlete. Like an athlete is a human body that functions.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you don't have to be a professional or high school collegiate. Even if you go to the gym, When you go to a gym, you're tightening and shortening your muscles.
Right.
And most people go, lift, do cardio, roll out.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Stretching helps you to recover faster.
Okay.
Stretching actually also helps for you to actually build your body and sculpt your body.
Wow.
Because some of your muscles are too short. They're too tight. You ain't supposed to be tightening them up like that.
Right.
Some of your muscles are too long. They've been expanded, right? Like a lot of people have like long hamstrings or like, you know what I mean? Like they don't have enough tension and tightness.
So stretching, alignment. Let's
Stretching,
get all that into alignment. Let's fix it up. Yes. I love it.
Yes. And I also encourage personal trainers. Like I came to this thing from personal training.
Yes.
This should be your next move. This should be your next step. This should be your next certification. Your next training is doing this. Because at the end of the sessions, I always used to stretch my clients and they'd always get in and be like, ooh, the best part. And it was from that moment, I was like, you know what? This is what I need to be doing. Right. My clients tell me that.
Wow, you mean like after a PT session, they'll be like...
After a training session. Yep, I'd go stretch them.
Stretching, the best part.
Oh my gosh, this is the best part. That's the part they enjoyed the most. So it was that instant gratification that really like turned me on.
And you capitalized it. I love it. Smart man. And that's a perfect segue into philanthropy. So you're a businessman. Let's talk about some of your philanthropic endeavors and what that looks like for Benjamin.
Yeah, so as far as philanthropy, I'll talk about one thing that I've done that I'm really proud of. As we talked about, I was born in Cameroon. I was raised here. Yes. And, I've been back about 4 or 5 times, but I don't really know too much about Cameroon. And so a few years ago, I actually joined forces with another Cameroonian entrepreneur out here, and we built a water well in northern Cameroon.
Oh, that's lovely.
So we were able to provide water for like villages in northern Cameroon.
That's lovely. Yeah. Oh, that's such that. God bless you. That's such a That's such an amazing thing, and I think that being from Nigeria, I think about that a lot. I think about like just different philanthropic endeavors.
Like what can you do, right?
Yeah, what can I do to help? Because a lot of people need help. So this is really inspiring to hear what you've done for your community back home. And I know it's going to evolve, get bigger and bigger. And I think that the more people have access and platforms like this, or just access to the funds to kind of go back and help, right? Because that's also what you need.
And to also add to that, I fundraised that money. So it wasn't something that I personally did. Okay. It was a fundraiser of utilizing our clients and our community. Yes. And there's also something I forgot to mention. We mentioned the Stretch Off Academy. So the Stretch Off Academy is actually global. Okay. Right? And so we certify, we train, we mentor and educate practitioners from all over the world. And so one of our endeavors is taking this into Africa, you know what I mean? And providing the training so that people can provide this service all over the world.
Wow, you think biggie. Your mind is like big, like you're not thinking just minuscule, you're thinking on a big scale. That's awesome. I love that. We did talk a little bit about you being an author. Let's talk a little bit, any books published or like things in the future that you're looking to do?
So right now I'm working on my my biography, right? Because I want to share with people about my journey, my experience. It's not enough time on this podcast to really go over all that. So I want to inspire people with my journey. I came to this country 6 years old. I didn't speak a lick of English. Like I didn't learn English till I was in 8th grade. I was in ESOL classes. Yeah. And so
ESOL's English as a second
language.
English
as a second language. So when I came here, all I knew was French and my dialect. And so,
what's your dialect called? Because you're from northern.
I'm from Cameroon.
Yeah, but are you from northwest? Okay.
Yeah. I'm from. So my village is called Akum.
Akum.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And also I also speak Pidgin too.
Okay. Yes.
We all speak broken English now.
He was there hissing his teeth. He used to come around the facility just hissing his teeth when he didn't like something. That's the African man in you. Yeah. So just a book about just your life, a biography.
So, a biography. And then also I'm writing another book about teaching people how to get into the stretch therapy industry. Like I've been able to find financial freedom, time freedom, travel the world, take care of my kids, my family, doing stretch therapy. And there's so many people out there who are looking for an opportunity. And for me, I found this and I realized that this was a gift. So, for those of you out there who, this may be your gift. This may be the thing that sets you free.
Wow. Yeah. I saw that you just got back from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So you be outside. Then be having a good
time.
I
be outside. I took our whole
crew.
leadership team of Puerto Rico. I got Vegas coming up next week.
Nice.
I got Kenya and Ghana on my docket this year, and I try to travel every 2 months just to get away. Like as a CEO, that's where my work comes in.
Yes.
Like the brain work, like the, you know what I mean?
And you come back refreshed, new perspective, new outlook, gives you more ammunition to keep going.
Yep.
I love that. I think your story is it sounds really inspiring. I can't wait to get the book. It sounds like it's going to just be groundbreaking. So kudos to you on that, putting the pen to the pad and actually making that come to life. The next up, we have our affirmation segment. Words of advice you would give your 21-year-old self based on what you know today, based on your journey. What would you tell a 21-year-old Benjamin Atanga? Ben the Baptist. What are we telling Ben the Baptist at 21?
At 21. At 21. At 21, I would say move away. Move away. Yes. Like, because you spent 21 years of your life probably in the same place like I did. Well, not in the same place. I came from Africa. I came here. So I stayed close to home. But I remember being 22 and I graduated and I went out to get a job and I was in Edgewater and I was the only black person there. And it shocked me because I was like, oh my gosh, like outside of PG County, the rest of America is white. Yeah. And so I would say move. Exposure. Exposure. Yep. Yeah. Go see the world, go live somewhere else, you know. Because you have time to recover and you can always run back to your parents. You don't have responsibilities, kids, and like now, I would love to live a life where I'm a nomad. I live in different places, but you know, and I try to, but also now I got kids, I got my family here. You know what I mean?
Responsibilities.
I got responsibilities.
You're adulting.
I'm adulting.
At 21, you have the access to just, or the privilege, I say, just up and go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'd probably live in a different country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would too.
Yeah. Like go just get out there. Like date different people. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Date different races, try different things. Because at 21, all you're trying to do is just really just follow what your parents set forth for you.
It's true.
And that can kind of keep you in a box.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is a really good piece of advice. I love that. Just expose yourself. It's a big world. Yeah. It's a big world.
You can mess it up.
You can mess up at 21.
Yeah.
Not too bad, because some things you can't recoup from.
At 25. Now, if you're 25, you're invisible up to 25.
Invisible up to 25? Yeah. Okay.
25, no, you run that red light, you getting a ticket.
You getting a ticket. Yeah. Big time ticket.
A big
some
ticket.
Things ain't no coming back
from. A big boy ticket.
Ain't no coming back from certain things. But no, I love that. And then just to kind of wrap things up, let's talk about what we're listening to. Music is life to me. I love music. Music brings me joy. It changes my mood. It just takes me to certain places. I was telling my best friend the other day, it was something I saw on TikTok, and it's like there are people who listen to music and there are people who can hear music. Two different things. And I'm a hearer. Like I can really, there's two different, there's people who can just hear because everyone can hear, and there's people who can actually listen. So I'm like, I'm a listener. I'm a music of like, just a lover of music. So what are we listening to? What's on repeat? Any given time, today, this week, next week.
Yeah, what's on my playlist? Downloaded.
What we talking about? What we listening to?
Is God Did by DJ Khaled, Ross, Weezy, and
Jay's on there.
Jay's on there. And like you said, like I hear music, but there's something about me. I'll hear music, I won't listen to it, but if I keep repeating that song, a lot of time what I find out that song is speaking to what's going on in my life. So God Did has been on repeat for me for the past few months, right? And it's just kind of just God Did, you know what I mean? And like when I hear actually like Wayne's parts and Hove and
so
Ross,
you're listening.
I'm listening and I'm like, oh, and so it's representing God's blessing on me and, you know, letting me know that he's counting on me, that he's got a job for me.
Yeah.
He has an assignment for me.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And he's got my back. So God Did has been in like just everything. I was just in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I just think that your whole Stretch Loft, it's a testament to God and things that He's done for you. And sky's the limit. And I know He's never left you. He's always with you, and things are just going to continue to be on the up for you for sure. I could just that's just going to be your story. You just seem very dedicated and very determined. So that's God definitely did for you, and He'll continue to do for you.
Thank you.
What's on repeat for me this week is I'm a hip hop head. So AZ Sugar Hill. It's an old school song from like the early mid 90s. AZ is like this really, really underrated rapper from Brooklyn. So I just been listening to Sugar Hill like all week. And then Sade's Kiss of Life. That's been on repeat as well. So and I'm like, AZ tells like a story when he raps. So I like storyteller rappers. So so that's what's on repeat for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up those segments. Let's get into a giveaway because we do have a giveaway from the Stretch Loft. We're going to give some things away to listeners, subscribers of the pod. And so I'll let Ben kind of go through the basket of things.
Okay. So are they going to get, is one person going to get all this or is it going to be multiple?
No, we could do like 2 to 3 people, depending. One per everything. There's 3 things in there.
There's 3 things in there.
Three different people.
And what do they have to do to get this giveaway?
So in order to get the gift, you have to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube episode. So you would like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube page. That's The Unmet Expectation. The Unmet Expectation podcast on YouTube. The Unmet Expectation on Instagram. So you have to like, comment on Instagram as well. So the first 3 people to do that on both Instagram and YouTube get a gift.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair, but hold on. So what are they going to do for the Stretch Loft? They got to do something for the Stretch Loft.
Yeah, they're going to do something for the Stretch Loft too.
Okay.
So what's going to happen as well is they're going to get a gift card to the Stretch Loft.
Okay.
We're giving away gift cards.
All right.
Yes. So we're going to give away gift cards to the Stretch Loft.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it'll accompany the gifts. Oh,
Gotcha.
This is a nice giveaway.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, why don't we just start off with the hat?
Okay.
So you're going to get this Stretch Loft Truckers hat. Okay. And we actually have these in different colors as well. So you can pick the color that you like. Okay. So this is the first giveaway. It's a Stretch Loft Trucker hat.
Trucker hat.
Okay.
Love that.
The next gift is going to be a Stretch Loft tumbler.
Lovely.
Okay, we also have these in different colors too. All right, look at that. Boom. Okay. Stretch Loft tumbler. This will keep your drinks hot and cold for 2 days, y'all.
2 whole days.
It's like I poured some tea in one. I came the next day and I was about to go up. I was like, oh, that thing burned. So
it does what it's supposed to do.
It does what it's supposed to do. Right? And the final gift is a Stretch Loft Vibe mini massage gun. Okay.
Nice.
So this is small enough to fit inside of your pocket, your purse, whatever you hold on to, okay, your car, but also is just as powerful as some of those big, expensive ones, okay? So this comes with 6 different head attachments. It's real lightweight. You can charge it with the same charger that charges like your phone, all right? So those are your 3 gifts. We got the Vibe mini massage gun. We've got the Stretch Loft trucker hat, and we've got the Stretch Loft tumbler.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and those gifts will go away to the first list. We want you to do 3 people along with gift cards so you can come get stretched out. So you and I would jointly be on this reel. So the first 3 from your side, my side.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Go like, subscribe, comment, whatever she said.
Yes.
Check out the episodes. Make sure you go check out her other podcast episodes on the Unmet podcast.
Everything will be in the description box below.
Yep. And this has been great.
Yeah. This was phenomenal.
You're a great interviewer. I love the questions you ask.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm at the place where I'm just trying to get my bearings together and just the whole podcast world, because I know it's like I'm just trying to get it together. I'm a little, you've been a little nervous. When you step outside your comfort zone, it makes you nervous, or so I'm just trying to just take the bull by the horns. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Hold on tight.
I am. Thank you so much, Ben. Bye, y'all. Take care. Bye.
Appreciate y'all.